So, question. Somebody asked me, they said, do you think it's fair to the customer whenever it only takes you guys a fraction of the time, the book time, to do a job because you guys at the dealer are so used to doing it and you get so good at it and fast at it that the customer should still pay the full time it takes to do that job? And my answer to that is yes, it is. Why? Because you're paying for my expertise. Now, I'm not saying all dealer technicians are the brightest and best bunch of the group, because that ain't the case. And there's a lot of technicians at independent shops that also that ain't the case. But at the same time, there's also a lot of independent techs that are really good, and they can also do jobs that they've done over and over and over again really fast, and they become very, very, very good at the jobs that they do. You're paying not only for their tools, their mind, and their time, but the fact that they can do that job in a faster time, in a safely manner, in a clear, concise, precise manner, that if there is a screw up or if there is a mess up, they have time to fix it quicker than somebody else, which the chances of them screwing up because of how much they've done it and how often they do it and how they keep themselves up to speed on reoccurring problems makes them worth that amount of money and time that they put into that vehicle. I'll give you some examples. Now, those labor times are set on an average of what it took to do that job, right? So, for the most part, it used to be back in the day anyway. Now we have some speculation on exactly how they're setting those labor times. Is it all computer generated by this bolt, this nut? And you don't have to take that much apart, so then there's this algorithm that's built. A lot of it is computer generated. A lot of it's not the hands-on testing stuff anymore that determines whether or not you're getting paid X amount of dollars. I was talking to a gentleman a couple months ago. He's an engineer. It works at the manufacturer. I'm not going to say what manufacturer. And he said a lot of times those labor times that are generated for you guys to do the job wasn't even generated with a complete cab and chassis vehicle. It was generated with a chassis that was just sitting there, and then, okay, let's see how long it takes to remove the DPF now. Well, it's not going to take that much time at all to remove that DPF because it's not in the vehicle. You're not dealing with something that's got 100,000 miles on it or 60,000 miles on it. And he said, do you know how many times there were scenarios like that where we would set labor times at the OE level, at the manufacturer level, and the vehicle was pretty much halfway stripped down or a third of the way stripped down already? It's not fair to you guys because you guys are dealing with a vehicle that's complete. Yet the people they're testing on the vehicle to see how long it takes to do the job, they're doing it with a stripped chassis and then saying you guys should be able to do it the same way. There's a lot of backdoor grab ass stuff going on. And a lot of people skewing things and not telling us the truth. Now, when we profess in a profession and we do something, we become good at it, be it that we're just good at it or we've done it so many times that we just know it like the back of our hand. That makes us experienced in that area. It makes us valuable. Maybe you should be paying us more than what a standard labor time would be just for the simple fact that we are that good. That you're not dealing with just some regular Joe Schmo. You're dealing with a guy that specializes in doing that job. So now you pay a specialty rate and not a standard labor average rate. Be thankful that you're paying the rate that you're paying, and hopefully it's a book rate and you're not getting screwed and somebody's trying to charge you more. For instance, do the manifolds on a 543 valve. It probably only give you 5 or 6 hours to do both jobs, and we all know that doing the exhaust manifolds on a 543 valve is not a 4 or 5 hour job. It's about 4 or 5 hours per side, plus a half hour per bolt that breaks off in the head that you have to extract, and some shops will charge up to an hour. That shit ain't in the book. They don't account for that. On a brand new engine, that time is set. On an engine that's already rusted and fallen apart years later, it's not the same time. It's not a fair time. So while a lot of you out there like to complain, oh, you're taking advantage of me, you're charging me, 10 hours for both manifolds versus 5 hours or 6 hours for the whole entire job, it's because there are other factors and scenarios, and we know what it's going to take to get that job done. And yes, if I can get that job done, if it's a 10-hour job and I can get it done in 6 hours and I make 4 hours in the green or overhead plus, that's because I profess in that area. I'm good in that area where other guys are just average in that area or not as good. Some guys will lose time. So there's a reason why you're paying the time that you're paying. And if I can get that job done much faster, it's because I'm that damn good at doing that job. And yes, you should pay me the full time to do that job, because I've bought the $40,000 in tools. I've went to the 7 years of tech school and everything else and 20 years in the trade and got the hands on. You didn't do that for me. So for you to sit on the other side and say, well, you shouldn't charge me that because you could get it done this fast, and I know you can, but the book time says that it's 10 hours, but you can do it in 5.5 or 6 hours. It's because I'm that damn good, where other guys are not that good. They haven't done it as much as me, or they don't specialize in that area. Different labor rates are charged for different things that are not based on book time, for like electrical things and stuff like that. That's a lot of times that's straight time. Whatever my tech has in that job for electrical repair is what it is, because not even the manufacturer will try to tell you it takes this long to do this type of electrical repair or this harness or that harness, because they know you can't set that. It's an unrealistic expectation to have every single technician do that electrical job and repair or harness remove and replace in a specific amount of time. So it's straight time. There's different scenarios for everything, but if I can do a job faster than what the book time says, and you think that it's not right for me to charge what the average standard human technician time is, but I'm that damn good to where I can get it done way faster and still charge, you're paying for my expertise. You're paying for my brain, you're paying for my tools, you're paying for everything about why I'm that good to do that job that quick. And then you're also paying for, if you ever have a situation in the future where something comes up and you're having an issue with that same problem or something similar, you're probably going to come back to me and I'm going to know exactly what the issue is and take care of it for you much faster. So you're paying for all that. And plus, at the OE level, the dealer level, you're paying for 24,000 miles, 2-year guarantee right along with it, where you may not get that somewhere else. So, be careful what you complain about, and respect the person that's doing the job if they can especially do it much faster and get your vehicle back faster. That's what you're paying for. Y'all take care. Have a great day. Be blessed.